Hi friend, it's Pat Sloan, and today's daily video topic is just for you. I'm going to take that in the direction of pulling from our topic of yesterday's daily video, where I wanted you to think about something that you used to do that you really enjoyed, but you somehow no longer were doing it. For some reason you stopped or you slowed way down on it, and I'm hoping that you thought about that yesterday, because today's topic is to take one of those items or something else. So let me just go through here. Think about something you want to do just for yourself. It can be sewing related, it can be quilting related, or it can be not be that way. Maybe you want to take a half a day and read a book, like you just want to take that time for yourself. I know that many of us have been at home a lot more right now, so your time has been very different than usual. Your day-to-day has been probably massively different. I know mine has been massively different. And many of you have all these other things that are in your day that weren't there before. So it's really important to take time for yourself. Maybe you just want to lock yourself in the bathroom and take a long bubble bath. Maybe you want to go to see a garden. Maybe there's a beautiful garden near you that you could go and visit. Watch a movie that you want to see, not something you have to compromise with the other people who live in the house. Those are always really good things that you can do for yourself. So I want to know what those are. Tell me what you would like to do, and if it's something like for me, really what I'm looking at is this sort of list of things I want to try again that I haven't been able to do. Bring them back into my regular life, into my regular routine, because they used to feed my soul. And do they still? Maybe not. I know, like I used to when I was much younger, a long time ago, I read lots and lots of novels, fiction, mostly mysteries and spy novels and things like that. That's the kind of stuff I like to read. And then I stopped doing that when I started working. So it was a long time ago that was a habit. And I have since tried to bring back reading novels, and it's just not been as appealing to me. I rarely read one that I get excited about. I like nonfiction better now, so I tend to read nonfiction and not fiction. But I try every so often to read a fiction, and I have one I started, and it was okay, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try that again, maybe not. But the handwork, I'm going to give you a little status on my hands at the end. So handwork right now I still cannot add in, so I'll tell you a little bit about where I am with that. Okay, so today is also button day. So the Fat Quarter Shop has a button club, and you can subscribe to the button club, or you can just buy sets of buttons when they come up. There's always a few left that you can buy, and I have been for, I don't know, 4 years now maybe, doing a little project to use the buttons. Now this month, rather than not doing a project, I do have a project. And I am bringing back one of my projects, which is a table runner with tiny little pumpkins, and they're so darling. The link is below. I couldn't find it easily to bring it down to show you on here, but it's all at my website. But I also wanted to challenge you to think about using buttons in a different way. So let's take a look. And I'll also spill out the buttons so that you can see them. So what I did is I took the block that we just had last week for going on a picnic, and I did it with this pumpkin and black fabrics. So I pulled from this group. It's called Scaredy Cat is the name of the fabric line. The link's there for that. And what I did was just pull out the pumpkin fabrics. Here, I'll bring this down a little bit more. There you go. So there's the pumpkin fabrics. This is a little bit darker orange than the one I used. I used a little bit lighter orange. And then you'll see on the website the pictures. But what I would do is use the fun buttons to accent. Like there's this really darling little heart button, and a super cute cat, and then there's a pumpkin and a moon, and the words spell pumpkin. There's a whole alphabet in here. Plus, I love the green and purple. The green and purple added into the pumpkin. Now, there are tiny buttons too. So there's the little tiny buttons. That's the whole set has both of these. with the whole alphabet for the word pumpkin. Now I show you about sort of putting these on one of them, but what could you do with that? You could create a pillow, like this would be a really cute little pillow, and you could put it on the sofa to accent, you could put the buttons on it. You could also take it and make several blocks, because there's, you know, if you're using this fabric and you got like, you know, some of it, you could make several blocks, and then you could just accent parts of the table runner, or even just 4 blocks and use it as a table topper and just put some of the buttons in maybe all 4 corners. That would be really cute. So there's a lot of ways that you can take buttons and use them not just on a specific project, but for something really sweet and cute that, you know, lets you play with them. I just love buttons. I think the Button Club is so fun. And this, I'll show you the kitty again. The kitty is so darn cute. Look at him. I think he's really, really cute. Oh, there's a couple flowers too that are in there. The little purple flower. These are all hand rolled. They're made with just another button company, which does them. I don't know whether they're in Missouri, and so they have a whole team of people there who do this at home, like contract work, that make the buttons for them. So I love their company, and they do really cute projects. So the table runner with the little pumpkins was something I did for the Button Club a few years back, and it is still super cute. So now I have to find my original one somewhere upstairs in the quilts. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you that I got in that I love pretty things. You know, I am not big on just using anything. Like, I don't want to use a butter tub to put things in if I don't have to. You know, I want to use something cute. And well, I spotted this and I had to have it because I love Paris. I was there twice as a young person, and I just was the most fabulous thing to go to Paris. And so this is by Bone, and they have like 3, I think, different ones, and they all have a little bit different scene on them. And I got it because I want to mostly take the insides out and use it as a little project case within my sewing. So, you know, I like to have a bag within a bag. That's how I roll. So you can pop that open, and inside there is a, you know, it's a little sewing case. Now you could give this stuff to somebody else who doesn't sew very much. Like this is thread. But first you get the really cute scissors. So look at the dress scissors. It's like a butterfly, and it's got the Paris, got the Eiffel Tower at the top. So each one of these comes with different scissors. Got a little tape measure and safety pins because it's a sewing kit. And you got the gorgeous Bowen needles. But this was fascinating to me. I have never owned one of these, and it is like a thread braid. So this is a braid of thread with all these different colors, and this is such a great emergency item. And if you are maybe somebody's, you know, just graduating from high school and going off on their own to college, or getting their first job, and they, you know, this is a great thing to give people, to have scissors and pins and have a little sewing kit. But you have to buy 2 then, because you'll need one of these for yourself. I just love the scissors. Look at them. Look at them. They're so cute. So cute. Oh, it's got a little thing on the end here. There, I got it off. So there we go. See, snip, snip. I love it. And then I also picked up some of these snazzy pins, because, you know, why use boring pins? You can use really cute ones. Remember, I've got the, let me get one. I have the unicorn pins. See the unicorn pins? Or are they? I got to get his head going. There we go. I've got the unicorn pins, and I have these blue ones. Yes, because everything should be cute. That's why bother if it's not cute. I'm sure there's somebody who said, if it's not beautiful, I forget what the quote is. Anyways, it's a good quote. I'll remember it someday. All right, how am I doing? I am so excited still about my quilt on the wall. My little wishes with the red polka dots and the black polka dot star points. So I only have to make, I have these little sets. I have to do 6, 3 blue, 3 red, which are the bottom row, the very bottom row, because I have 1 done already for the bottom row, and I just need to do the other 3, and then I can assemble all that. So Greg asked me last night, he says, so how many of these can you make in a day? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. In the evening, I can probably do all 6 of these. You know, I think I can do all 6 of these before I sort of wear out. You know, sometimes I just kind of poop out with my hands get tired. So yesterday I went to, Tuesday I went to the in-person physical therapy again. I do video in person, and so she gave me some strength training. She's happy with where things are moving. You know, I can pull back, and I can, let's see, that's all I can go forward. So my biggest issue is the wrists. You know, they have a ways to go yet, because your wrist should be like, you know, like down here, and this should be back further, you know, so they just are not manipulating, so they don't twist. This one doesn't twist over as far as it should go. Remember I showed you put your arm out like this and you twist it? Well, this one can't twist all the way open. So those are my biggest sticking points, plus all of the scar tissue that's on both sides. I have scar tissue underneath because of the surgery, and even on, you know, and then on top, but it's all, you know, that's all like under, both on the here and under where the scars are. All has to be massaged and manipulated and broken down so that I can get better movement for all of these joints, because not all these joints are working very well. I can't make a fist with that hand. I can make one with this hand. So, but I can't do it with that hand. So those are, you know, I've progressed a lot. It's been 9.5 weeks. That's, you know, over 2 months. You know, over 2 months. So it's slow, but it is moving forward. It is really going, you know, going forward, which is good. It's better than not going forward. So I have to add strength training a couple times a week with some new tools. She calls them toys. Bring your toys, she said. Bring your toys. It's like Play-Doh and hand grippers and weights and, oh, yeah. Okay. So today, back to your daily topic. What are you going to do just for you? Whether it's something you're bringing back, something you just want to do or experience. Maybe it's as simple as lighting your favorite candle. That could be it. And just sitting with a nice cup of coffee or tea or a glass of wine. You know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Some days you just have to do that. All right, my friend. All the links are below. Check out my little pattern for the pumpkin table runner. I love you so much. Thank you for all your thoughts. Mwah, mwah.